What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Game Informer, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. Taking a look at Toem. I'm your host, Alex Van Aken, joined by Mr. John Carson. How you doing, John?
Yo, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, because we are joined by Jill Grote. How you doing, Jill?
Happy that you pronounced the last name correctly.
Oh wait, what I say?
No, you said it absolutely correct. It's Grote.
Oh, thank God.
No, it seems to be like a 50-50. So like you did it on your first try. Congrats.
Thank you. We of course, Jill, you are newer to the team. You were an intern. I don't think we've only been on like one or two videos together.
Yeah, I haven't been on a lot of video content, so this is exciting.
Yeah, and so we're looking at your gameplay actually.
Yes, expert.
Yes, of course.
Pro strat.
Top 500 easily, Toem player.
North America or world?
World, of course.
All right, yeah.
Jill, will you tell us about Toem? What's going on? What are we looking at?
Okay, so I want to get you guys ready and in the mood for this. So
Okay.
close your eyes. Anybody listening, feel free. Unless you're driving, don't close your eyes if you're driving. Imagine like sitting on a bench with a still pond in front of you
Green.
and like sun coming down, a nice breeze.
Feel it.
Everything's sort of calm and gentle and lovely.
I like
And
lovely.
that's the feeling that you get from Toem.
Awesome.
It is just like, if you want to just sit back and relax, it's not gonna like challenge you with crazy challenges or going after bosses or fights or anything like that. It's just this like lovely little experience. It is, and it's short. It's a 4-hour game.
Okay.
Basically
Nice.
about,
Yeah, I see we're taking photos.
yes. So kind of setting up the scene here, you're talking with your Nana, and she's framing this kind of trip that you're going on, a sort of vacation where you are going to go see the phenomenon known as Toem. And she gives you her old camera, and you're gonna go through the world taking pictures, meeting people, helping them with kind of photo-based challenges and adventures, and you're gonna get from level to level by helping people. And when you help them, usually they'll give you some sort of like, go find a picture of this, or you know, I need help doing something or other, and the only way to solve the problem is to like have a camera. So that's very handy.
So is this like, I mean, the obvious, maybe parallels Pokemon Snap? Is it that kind of level, like on rails? It seems like you are able to walk around and kind of interact with a bunch of things.
Yeah, absolutely. It is like, obviously you have the camera there, and you have, as you are gonna see, a compendium. But the compendium's really just for fun. The structure of the game is a lot more go to a person, they give you a side quest, and then you find it in the world. It's not always 100%. You can pet the cow, that's important.
Oh, awesome.
Very photogenic cow.
It's not always clear exactly what it is that's going to help, or that the picture you need is going to be. So like taking pictures of anything you find in the world that's just slightly like, why is this here? It's usually a good thing, and then you can figure out later, like, oh, that's the thing that this thing needs.
Okay. It's a bit of like some light puzzle solving.
Yeah, very light puzzle solving, just a lot of fun. There are, in order to get to the next level, you need to get a certain amount of stamps.
Okay.
For your little passport. And the stamps come from people who are happy with your help. So essentially the currency in this game is goodwill, and that's charming.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and you only need a certain amount of stamps, but you can gather way more than you have to. And every time I had to like move on to another level without collecting everything, I felt really bad. So I always wanted to go back, and it's such a fun experience that you are going to want to just do things for the sake of doing them, rather than, okay, I got enough, I'm going to the next level.
Yeah.
So, and then there's all different sorts of elements too. So the man you've just talked to, he's hidden a little gift in the landscape somewhere, and it's a nice tutorial to get you to understand like this is how the game works. But also, you get like different clothing items, and what's really cute is you put
okay.
on these clogs,
Clogging
and
it up.
I don't know if people can hear it, but it causes you to sound like you're stepping on wood. Like, it's really cute. The sound design is really nicely made and sort of changes depending on what you're putting on. So it does have a nice little element to that as well. Sometimes clothing can help with challenges, but for
Okay.
the most part, it is just a fun thing to have. Like, oh, I'm wearing clogs now.
And I see on the camera, sorry, I get distracted easily, Jill.
No, go ahead.
We've got a slider for zoom with the
Yeah.
right stick. We've got, looks like a focus button with left bumper.
Uh-huh.
You can focus on different things. And I do love the idea that like there's this like really flat art style, but we can get some depth of field by focusing on, you know, things in the foreframe or you know, in the background. I really
Yeah.
like that.
I'm sure there are people out there who will get way more artistic than I did. And the cool thing about the camera too is it sort of evolves as you go through each level. I don't know if you're going to see anything this early in the game, but we're heading into our second area since I've helped everybody
Sweet.
in Homelanda. But as you go through the story, the camera starts to get different attachments. So, like in one level, you get a horn that you can honk, and that helps you get through things. Like, there's one particularly horrible scene where like these terrible seagulls are attacking this poor little guy, and you want to help him, but you don't know how in the beginning of the level, and then you get the horn, or I got the horn, and I was immediately like, oh, I'm gonna go save that guy, and I like ran all the way back to the first part of the level, and he was very grateful and gave me a stamp.
That's awesome.
So, Oaklaville is sort of like a nature park themed area. So this is
Love
kind of the beginning, the real beginning. The first area is sort of a tutorial. It's got all kinds of different strange characters and creatures, and this particular one is showing you that some of them don't like being photographed. But yeah,
I
you can
assume
kind
like these items that you get, like maybe things will act differently. Like maybe they're shy of you, but maybe you can like attract them another way or something. Is that an aspect, or am I kind of playing too deep into that?
I don't know if there's anything.
Because I'm thinking Pokemon Snap. Where like,
No.
oh, I throw an apple, and like
sure.
this animal's gonna come out and get it. Are we talking like that level with the items, or is it? I know we have the horn to like you mentioned like scaring things away.
I mean, I don't think there's anything exactly like the not apples in
fair.
Pokemon Snap, but they definitely will allow you access to different things. They can interact with the world, but I mean, the point of this game is not really to like build your compendium and be graded on how well your pictures do. It really is more. It's a little more like Zelda-like, but just if you had a bunch of side quests to do, but all of the side quests have something like you have to have a camera to do it. You know, it's all very cleverly made, so it's not exactly like this is a photo challenge and it's very clear like get a picture of a thing.
No, I actually like that. I think it differentiates it. And yeah, so that's what I was asking, because like, you know, I think that's going to be the obvious parallel, especially since they're both releasing this year. But I love that, you know, it's kind of a different focus.
Like for this one here,
what is that?
What the heck?
it's hilarious.
So good.
See, some of the things it's just a little quirky and off the beaten path, and I love it. So that's a really good example of like anytime you see something weird, it's usually a good idea to take a picture of it because it might come up later, and I think we'll see later how that comes up. But it is just like that's going to be a situation where you don't know exactly how to resolve the quest that's given. Oh, I really like this. There's
Oh,
a bunch of
well,
animal pets, cats, dogs, that sort of thing in the game that have names. And I
Ooh,
couldn't quite figure it out for a bit, but it seems like all of the creators' pets are in the game.
oh,
So
cute.
That's cool.
I know, it's adorable. So that cat is a real life cat that is hanging out in this hotel, and our little hotel bearer manager here wants to have your help promoting his hotel. He would love a picture of his establishment so people can, see it and get drawn in. But of course, just going outside of the building isn't good enough. You have to get the whole thing, and so that sets you off on trying to figure out how to find a picture, a place where you can get a picture of the entire thing. So,
No, I love this. This is cool.
oh,
I'm a-
it's. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say quickly while we're in this building, I'm really liking the nature of the world as like a diorama, and then being able to see it from a different perspective through the camera and having different details. Like that building didn't have walls while you're in there, but whenever you look through the camera, you could see all the wallpaper. If you looked up, it was like this endless,
Yeah,
Hotel.
distance to the ceiling. Um,
and they use
I'm
that.
just liking that shift in perspective and detail that
Yes,
the game is providing.
and they do use that as part of the as the challenges go on. There are certain um pictures you need to take of things that you might not find if you're just using the out of game camera.
Sure.
In order to find it, you need to actually be like in your camera view taking pictures, and then
Okay.
you're like, oh, that's the thing. I've found it, and it's never terribly tricky. Like the game is really nice in the fact that even though the challenges are fulfilling and they're fun, I've never got to a point where I was frustrated, like, ugh, I can't find this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. There are some times when you're running around and you get a picture of something like this, where you have a little star, so it's going to tell you that's important, and you have no idea that this is going to do anything. So the fact that you're suddenly just confronted with this rock with a face, you're like, what the heck is that? Um,
Probably tied to some sort of challenge.
I don't
Oh,
think
pet
that this
rock.
one in particular was. I think
No?
there are things in the game that are just for fun,
That's
and I love
cool.
that about games.
Yeah. That's
Uh, I,
rad. I do have a
I
question about the camera. I see that you can flip it and like take selfies, I assume.
Yep.
And you're mentioning like different clothing challenges. The camera itself, do you ever get any different lenses? Like different focal lengths, like wide angles or anything like that? Or is that kind of like out of the scope of this? I totally get it if it is. I'm just curious.
You don't really. I think the next thing that I get is like a stand for the camera, so I can put
Oh,
the
that's
camera
cool.
somewhere and then run back and get a better picture of myself.
Oh, neat.
But that's about as in depth as we're gonna get with the camera trickery.
Sure,
Um,
sure. Man,
Most of it,
I cannot wait to play this. It looks awesome, Jill.
it really, really is. And part of the fun of it too, I haven't mentioned yet, there is an in-game kind of Walkman, like a tape player,
Oh,
that you can actually go through and pick your own background music, and like you just saw pop up
Oh,
now
yeah.
playing. So you get these tracks as you sort of adventure through the world as sort of a reward for finding new areas. And then you can play your favorites if you're going through a level and it's like, I don't love this particular level better than the other level's music, so I'll play this. So it's really up to you to pick how your vibe is going in any certain time.
that's really awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna start wrapping up here, Jill. Anything that we should know before we get out of here?
So the game is coming out September the 17th.
Okay.
I believe that
Oh,
is
soon.
Friday. And you can pick it up on the Switch or PC.
Awesome. Well, Jill, John, thank you for joining me, and everybody out there, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. If you like the video, be sure to like it. Leave a comment down below letting us know what you think about Toem if you're planning to pick it up. And if you aren't, make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss another episode of new gameplay today. We have upcoming looks at, most of your favorite games, the games you're looking forward to. We will likely have an episode of NGT on them. So hope you enjoy your stay here at Game Informer. Head over to GameInformer.com for the latest news, previews, reviews, features, podcasts, and videos of your favorite upcoming and past games. Alrighty, y'all. Bye.